Greetings and good day to all of you. Today I'm planning on taking a look at a character's hitboxes from Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch home console. This time we'll be looking at one of the most infamous characters in Smash history, considered by many to be one of the most broken characters in the entire game. It is Little Mac from the Punch-Out franchise of video games, so let's not waste any time and get looking at them hitboxes. Let us start with the neutral tilt. It is a move where Little Mac punches in front of him. It's pretty massive for jabs honestly, having a lot more range than usual, but compared to other moves it's not that impressive, so who cares. The second jab is very odd, having 3 hitboxes along the ground launching up, before it finally launches away with 2 hitboxes. He also has a rapid jab which looks like this, and there is nothing notable or remarkable about it whatsoever, just a bunch of hitboxes of the exact same size rapidly appearing. The finisher also looks like this, and is a very good move because if he didn't have it, then he would not be able to launch opponents after a rapid jab, so it might be one of the best moves in the game. Forward tilt has 2 parts to it. He punches and then he punches again. The first punch launches them back and the second punch launches them back too. The hitboxes are bad, but what did you really expect anyways? It is quite humorous however, that he does in fact have a hitbox on his boxer, truly making it the boxer hitbox. Downwards tilt is a move executed by holding the analog stick down and pressing the neutral attack button, subsequently followed by releasing the button. Alternatively, you can also use the C stick to perform a downwards tilt, if you have gone into the player control settings and enabled it. However, you have to be careful that you don't hold the analog stick in a different direction, since this might result in a previously mentioned forward tilt, which is not what you want. Upwards tilt is a move where Max swings his arms from side to side, or at least he does it once. As a result, it gains a hitbox along with the move. Surprisingly enough, the move also has hitboxes when he sticks his arms out behind him as well, making the move very good for anti-airing. His dash tag is actually a multi-hit move, which is an observation I frequently don't see pointed out. It has several hitboxes along the ground that launch you backwards to keep you within the move, and at the end it simply launches you away. His grabs are very mixed overall. His standing grab is awful, honestly, but his dash grab somehow has a lot more range. Pivot grab is the oddest one, however, having no grab detection on Little Mac, but instead being disjointed out in front of him. Very strange, to say the least. Finally, we're going to be taking a look at his aerials, and you are probably going to be surprised to see how good a lot of them actually are. You always hear about how he has awful aerials, but looking at these, I think there is a little bit more to it. For his neutral aerial, Little Mac decides to drop the whole boxing act for a bit, and decides to do things a little bit more freestyle. The move is a kick with 2 huge hitboxes on both sides of Mac. First one is in front of him and the second one is behind him. The front hitboxes are significantly bigger and the back ones are a bit smaller. His forward aerial is a kick into the air that launches the opponent upwards. It has 3 hitboxes, but I was too lazy to check if they differ in any way, so you can go do that yourself if you really want to know. His back aerial consists of 2 kicks behind Little Mac. The move has many hitboxes that have many different colors, so that is a good thing and makes the move pretty powerful overall. Up air is essentially just back air rotated 90 degrees. However, in this case the move has 3 hitboxes. They are all identical, so there's not too much to say about them. Much like with back air, after the first 2 frames the move gets a little bit weaker, dealing less damage and knockback. It might be a little hard to see, but I want to bring attention to how disjointed this move really is. Like, you can see where Little Mac legs end, and it only makes for like 60% of its vertical reach. The rest is purely disjoints, and it stays like this for the entirety of the move. Like, I know I'm repeating myself, but Little Mac has some seriously blessed hitboxes. His down air is actually completely identical to Falcon's down air. It is common knowledge that a lot of characters use Falcon as a base while in development, but this is just kind of lazy, honestly. They could at least have changed it around a little bit, but as it stands, it's just Falcon's down air. But hey, I guess that's not the worst down air to have. Everyone always complains about Little Mac's recovery being bad, and I mean, there is no denying that it could be better, but that is not at least the fault of his special's hitboxes, because a lot of them are pretty good. His up B, for example, looks like this. Little Mac spins around into the air while moving upwards. At the same time, there are a lot of hitboxes that can hit the opponent and cause them damage and launch them away. The cool part about this move is that you can actually use it twice if you use it before you jump, which honestly should make it a great recovery tool, but I don't see people use this too often. I can only assume that most people are unaware that he has this move to begin with. Side B is a lot like dash attack with it being a multi-hit, except that this time it's in the air and it is not a dash attack, but instead it's a special. It stuns you a few times before it simply launches you back. Down B is a counter, and a pretty plain one at that. The detection hitbox looks like this. It just covers around Little Mac. When it triggers, it turns into this move where Little Mac spins around and has hitboxes on both sides, before the final hit comes out, which consists of 2 huge hitboxes that launch away. Neutral B is a projectile move where Little Mac equips his oven mitts to throw out some freshly baked croissants. This is actually a reference to the character of Glass Joe from the Punch-Out series. The joke is that French people like croissants, and therefore he drops them when you punch him. The projectile moves forwards, and when it hits the opponent, it stuns them. When it comes to up smash, Little Mac doesn't have one. Super Smash has 3 variations. The normal version of the move is very bizarre, having tons of hitboxes all over the place. Normally it might seem like there are too many hitboxes here for no reason, but actually every single hitbox here is there to serve an exact purpose that could not be done without it. What is that, you may ask? Well, I don't know. I didn't make the game. The down angle version looks like this. It consists of a powerful blast of energy towards the ground. It is actually a little known fact that Lil Mac does in fact have psychic powers. However, this was only explored in a Punch-Out Extended Universe series of novels, which are pretty hard to come by these days, so it is a pretty deep cut reference, but I can appreciate it. His up angle version is a kick into the air which has 3 hitboxes, which is 2 more hitboxes than 1, and 1 more hitbox than 2, making it a pretty solid move overall. Downward smash is our final hitbox of the day, and has Mac doing a split on the ground, with hitboxes on both sides. If you can manage to connect them with your opponent's hurtboxes, the hitboxes are pretty good and will launch the opponent back. If you miss, however, the hitboxes are useless, and you will look like a fool for using them and everyone will laugh at you, so you need to be careful. Anyways, that's all for Lil Mac's hitboxes. After having looked at all these hitboxes, it's very easy to see why Lil Mac is no doubt the best character in the game. If you simply dodge every incoming attack and counter it with your moves, he is practically unbeatable, and that makes him pretty cool. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next year.